and there's no more waiting music. All right. Yeah, so this week we have myself, Matt, and Chrono Rub over here, whose real name is Ruben. Say hi. Ruben.
Yeah, I'm here.
Say
Sorry
hi.
about that.
Okay. Yeah, so this week, kind of like last week, we're going to be playing a few games, and um, want to talk about some ideas. I guess the big talking points are uh, we had an idea of kind of using these badges to, I guess, praise players, and if you do well, there's like a friendly or kind of a you put up a really good fight, or like a you taught another player something interesting. You could click on that and give someone that praise, and someone could be known as like maybe a good teacher on the site. Going to go over ideas around kind of achievements. Notification fatigue, I think, is something that is really bad right now in just software in general, and some ideas around puzzles. But before I bore you guys, let's play some games. I'm sending you a challenge, Ruben.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay.
So you may have noticed we changed the art. We're playing a timed game right now. Yeah, so I played with Marty last week. Dangerous Dove. Have you seen him Have you played with him on here before?
No, I haven't played with him before. I started a game, but we it didn't go through. Like we didn't. No moves were made after a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that happens. That's one of the things that we're trying to make happen a lot less. So played DD. No. All right. And then I guess on that note, kind of how's your experience been finding other people to play with? Like, what works for you and what doesn't?
Oh. That that the guy that I play with most frequently is a friend from Houston and another friend I made on here that he's from Thailand. And he wanted he was kind of seeing if I could mention like for the chess if there could be like a take back move or like an undo, like if you make a mistake, because when you kind of like a lot of us have this tendency of just like clicking on the board by accident, and it makes the move without like basically it's just a mistake that we make, and it kind of it sets the move in stone.
I
And
see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the take
yeah,
back is, yeah, that's something that I've seen on Lee Chess. If you've heard of that, that's another place to play chess. By the way, I'm really bad about playing and talking at the same time.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
probably wouldn't have made that move if I wasn't talking. Yeah, the take back one's an interesting one. I like the idea of it, but there's some things that I haven't quite some issues, potential issues that I haven't quite thought through. Um,
Hmm.
and hopefully I can explain this well. So what I've seen on Lee Chats a few times is that um, if you make that mistake, you click on the wrong tile, and then you request like a take back, your opponent doesn't really have any incentive to give that back to you, especially if you don't know them. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so what I've seen is a lot of the times like both of you will just be waiting for him to or her to accept the take back, and like nothing happens. So I'm curious, your friend, I didn't get his name, but he joined Discord a little while ago. Uh,
Yeah.
does he play on desktop or on mobile?
I believe it's desktop. I'm not too sure. We haven't discussed that much yet.
Okay. That makes sense because on desktop it's just one click and then you make your move. You said you play on mobile, right? On Android?
I play on the browser. I play on the Chrome browser on Android.
Okay. And have you noticed that you have to like click twice to move?
Yes, on the mobile, yes,
Okay.
but on desktop, and most commonly I've been playing on the desktop.
All
But
right.
like when I'm away from home or whatever, I'll play on the phone.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you feel like that having to click twice, like helps with making fewer mistakes, or
Yes,
okay.
yes, yes, it does. Like I said, maybe like an like if you click like something similar to the mobile where you click and then uh it's like on leashes where you say accept like the move.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily a take back, but it's just like a confirmation.
Yeah. So okay, so I guess I thought about for a while about making that an option. It sounds like that's something I should do. So yeah, I can totally do that. Make second click.
Yeah. My other friend that's from Houston, he said like he would be playing me games matches and he'll be like he said, oh, I was just like thinking, and like while I was thinking I'd click and
Yeah.
and it would set the move, and he'd be like, man.
Yeah, that's no fun because typically you lose the game and you've been playing that game for a while. Okay, I see that. Well, I have one move, so I'm gonna pick that one, I guess. um, okay, cool. So that's good to hear. So I can add that, and maybe a friend will let us know if that seems to make kind of stop the user error around clicking on the wrong tile, or yeah, making the wrong move.
Yeah, I would think maybe just a confirmation or an accept move would probably. I know it's not as easy to implement, but I'm pretty sure there's some way.
Yeah, actually, right now, since it's already working on mobile, it would be a really easy change. So
Oh yeah.
I could have that out. I could have that out today,
Okay.
um, and see what you guys think. It would be an option though, because the experience for those that don't know is that you click and then it waits for you to click again to confirm on the same spot. And if you don't click again, there's a little thing that shows up at the bottom that says, you know,
Yeah.
click again. So yeah, I'll turn that on. I'll make it an option because it might not be the best in like a quick game if you're playing like a bullet, which is
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
fast. Um, okay, so I think I'm starting to redeem myself when I was doing a lot better than just having one piece on the board. And yeah, for those watching, some really basic Reversi strategy is in the in the opening, in the start of the game. You generally want to have fewer pieces because that limits the moves that your opponent can make.
I did not see that.
Uh, uh, okay. So right. So when you find opponents, you said you have a friend in Houston that you play with, and you guys play regularly, and you found someone in Thailand. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
how, so how do you find these players? Do they challenge you? Do you challenge them? Do they? How does that come about?
Um. Well, I introduced my friend to the site. I was looking for a site that would be able to play this game, especially like a Othello Reversi.
Mm-hmm.
Um, correspondence, and like there wasn't really very many options out there to play correspondence games where you'd have like a couple of days to make a move, because we just don't have the opportunity to be able to play live games at the same time. That's why. And it was just I was searching for a site very much like this that could cater to that.
Uh, by live games, do you mean like what we're doing right now?
That what now?
What do you mean by live games? Do you mean like the game that we're playing right now?
Oh yes, yes. I was trying to find a site that could play correspondence games, but over days.
Okay, cool. And then how did you find us? Like on Google or
Uh,
what? If you
it's
remember.
hard. Yeah, it's been a little while. I'm pretty sure I found it through Google. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. I guess our SEO or search engine optimization is doing all right then. Um, all right, and then yeah, so I guess you found a few players on here. How have the notifications been? Whoops.
They've been good. I've been whenever someone challenges me or someone makes a move, I see. Uh, I'm forgetting about the time limit.
Oh yeah,
uh,
you're pretty low on time, but if you play quick, you should be okay.
yeah,
10 seconds. Yeah.
um, that well, let's see.
I can give you some more time since I have 5 minutes. Some time to think and talk.
I'm trying to think and also answer the question. I forgot the question already.
Oh yeah, I did too. Um, well, we were talking about how you found the site.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, and then the next
Oh, and
question
about
was about notifications. You know, how have you found
oh
them?
about no.
Yeah, do you
Oh
get like too many, or do you wish they were different?
no. Um, I'm kind of glad the way it works because I don't like I get a lot of emails, so they don't send the notifications don't come up as emails.
Mm-hmm.
They just like my browser just like the tab will just like blink or like have like a little notification at the top of it, so I'll know that there's a move waiting for me or someone has challenged me.
Yeah,
On my phone, on the browser on Chrome on the phone, I'll get like a little notification saying, from Chrome saying you got someone that challenged you, so it's a little bit more um,
like
noticeable on the phone
yeah,
than 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 the desktop. But I'm more on the desktop anyway, so but that's just my preference. That's just me.
I see. Okay,
So
I'm
yeah,
about to move just to give you a heads up since your time's
okay,
gonna start going down.
okay.
Um, that's good to hear. I feel like some users might think that they get too many notifications, but it's I guess it's good to hear that that hasn't been your experience. Okay, so I guess that's not like a burning need right now. Um, right. So what else? What else did I want to talk about? Notification fatigue, achievements, praising. Um, yeah. So you found us because you wanted to play Reversi. Would you be interested in like a kind of a like puzzles that you could play that would go over tactics and hopefully teach certain aspects of the game,
Now what now?
like puzzles? Would that be
Puzzles? Oh
yeah?
yeah. Puzzles would be really cool.
Okay. Have you have you played any Reversi puzzles? Because I haven't seen those. I haven't really seen
No,
any of those.
no. I've just seen chess puzzles.
Yeah, I got a checkers book which I should have
Oh yeah.
refreshed myself. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but um, that one had a lot of really fun puzzles. Definitely a lot of chess puzzles. Um, One of the things that Lee Chess actually does is they let users create puzzles themselves, which I think is cool, and then people like vote on how good those are. But another thing that I was looking at doing was yeah making these puzzles, but embedding them on a site like Medium, where you can have text and then the puzzle and then more text. So there's some explanation, kind of context around all of that. Um,
Hmm.
all right. Yeah. Well, some other changes that have been made. Okay, you got the corner. Whoops. I changed a lot of the art. I'm gonna move around just a little bit to a different game. So in checkers, I made these the kind of official colors, and the chess art looks a little bit different. So if I'll create a chess game really quick,
Yeah.
um, there's new art there. But back to Reversi, which hopefully I don't lose this game. This is not looking good that he got this corner. In Reversi, yeah, the corners are
Yeah.
the
The
best
corners are crucial. The corners are
spots.
very crucial.
Yeah, the corners are so good to get. So since I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about the site, I think I'll just talk about the game, and we'll hopefully play some good Reversi here. So how long have you been playing Reversi?
I first started playing a long time ago when I was still in high school. I during like certain times, some teachers would bring out board games, and
Hmm.
this was one of the board games they would bring out, and it was one of my favorite board games then.
Oh, cool. So you had to like manually flip all the pieces over yourself then, right?
Yeah, yeah, we had the board with the stones.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, playing over the board, just it's just such a different sensation than playing online. Um,
It does. It's a whole. It's a lot different when you play over a real board.
yeah, and for me, like when I play chess, I have probably about 1,000 hours playing online, but maybe only 100 playing over the board.
Mm,
So when I when I play online, I can see the board pretty well, but I don't have kind of the whole position in my memory. I just kind of see it on the screen. But then when I play over the board, it's harder to kind of see like what pieces are where. Like I'll see a bishop and think it's a pawn, and make a mistake based off of that. It's very different for me.
yeah.
Um, so I've played around with some like virtual reality board game experiences, but they all they all seem pretty gimmicky so far. Uh,
Yeah. There's that tabletop simulator I remember hearing about that.
there is,
that
yeah, where you can actually, if you want, you can literally flip the table.
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, which is interesting. That's fun. But when I was playing it, didn't. I don't think that they actually have the rules like implemented for those games. So what you can do is you can like basically grab your queen and with your other hand like just swat all of the pieces off the
Like you
board for
said,
your opponent. Like
it's
there's
very gimmicky. Like you said, it's more of a show of the VR than than
yeah,
anything else.
yeah, like a I guess like a sandbox, and they're not really trying to make it anything fancier than that. Um, but yeah, it is fun. And then when I installed my Oculus Rift, there were a few other games that I played, but I guess I can go into more detail about that on another stream,
Sure.
because I have a lot of ideas around how that could be fun. I think you might get me here because in your next two moves, you're gonna get a lot of pieces. Oh no, okay, I get to go here.
No,
So that was a little closer.
you were thinking about somehow implementing a VR feature, or I don't
Yeah,
know how that would. I don't
that
know how that would like. That's interesting. I just don't know. Like,
yeah,
I,
that's one of the ideas that I had. Like first and foremost, you know, we need a mobile app. We need where you can play. We need it to be where you can play this on your iPhone or Android phone. That's like way higher priority than this. But
yeah, yeah.
one of the things that's really fun, I think, is a virtual reality board game experience like that. So some of the ideas that I have is, of course, you're playing and the board is in front of you, and then your opponent is across the board. But as you know, you can see my cursor moving around.
Hmm.
You could see them moving that piece around too. So that's nothing new compared to the board game experiences out there today. Some of the things that we could do in addition to that is other games that people are playing could be, you know, just to the side that you could, you know, turn your head and go and see, you know, what's happening there.
Hmm.
You can make it easier to navigate between your other games. Say, um,
Where you
your games could be like your next game to be could be to your right, where you can kind of see that in your peripheral view, and like you can just look down the table to see like who's there and who's moving, and then just like zoom over there.
were you
So
thinking about were you thinking about adding more games, or was this where you probably just this was where you would probably stick with?
yeah, we can add more games too. A few ideas that have come up, like shogi, which is a Japanese kind of chess game. Um, there's Nine Men's Morris, which I think is also referred to as Mora Baraba, and is very popular in South Africa. Um, so that's a really interesting game. I'll pull that up with a crazy looking board where place pieces, and then once all the pieces are down, you move them around. And when you get 3 in a row, you take one of your opponent's pieces away. So this is what the board looks like. That's an interesting one. And like backgammon is an interesting one too. That one has randomness. Have you ever played backgammon?
I've tried. I never really figured it out really.
Yeah, it's a tough game. I think it's probably like deceptively simple, but yeah, I know it's like like chess or checkers or
Yeah,
even Reversi. Like you could be playing it your whole lifetime and not master it.
yeah,
Um, cool. So my strategy in Reversi here has been to do whatever I can to get the sides and hold on to them. So your formation up here on your screen down here. Whenever you go here or here, I'll just be able to take your black pieces right there, and that should be okay. Um, okay, yeah. So as for the puzzles, what I think I'll do is, when the puzzles are implemented, I can share that on Discord and see what you guys think. Also, if anyone is interested in testing out Boredom on your Android or iOS phone, let me know. You can join our Discord or message me on Boredom. So my URL is right there if you want to play. And I think that's pretty much it for this week. We'll just play a couple more games and that'll be that.
yep. I, well, I really like what you guys are doing. It's a really cool site.
Thank you. Okay. So I don't want to go here or here. Where do I want to go here? Alright. I don't like any of those moves that I had too much. So have you looked at any like Reversi books or Othello books?
Excuse me, was that a question?
Yeah, have you looked at any books for this game to go about strategy?
Uh, do I don't know. I try the corners, but sometimes I just go for getting as many. It's hard. It's hard to see ahead in this game because
Mm-hmm.
you want to get as many uh, tokens, but the thing is, sometimes you can get all these tokens and then they just get reversed. They just get turned over on you.
Yeah, yeah, and like the board changes so much with every move. Um, okay, this doesn't look too bad. Uh, yeah, I did change the art for Reversi. I'm just seeing your message in chat. So that is new. The checkers art is actually new too. And chess was actually changed as well. So this is actually the same art that Lee Chess uses. It's one of their sets, and they're MIT license. So um, Lee Chess is an open source board game site. I think they did a really great job with the chess art, or picking the chess art if they didn't make it. I think it looks very good. So yeah, new art. Let me know what you guys think.
Basically, all I got is kind of bad moves.
Oh, really? Like corners and
looks,
stuff?
looks like it, yeah. Every move I got is not really that great.
Oh, no, that one's. Wait. Oh, okay. Um, this seems okay. Yeah, because I got this one here, which allows me to get this corner. So this was pretty critical. So this is my third stream, and then the first two, I was I had the camera tilted too low, so my face was like half cut off by this bar at the bottom. But slowly getting more and more professional in our streams. Slowly, week by week. So you play chess?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I play a little bit more chess than this one. Reversi. I it's a good hobby. I enjoy this one. It's just chess. I play more frequently.
I see. So for those that don't know, I was able to move over and over again because Ruben did not have an available move to choose from. So in Reversi, if you don't have a move, it just skips your turn. And it is actually possible to get into a state where neither player can move, but the board is not full. So that's interesting. It's pretty rare, but it can definitely happen sometimes. Did you want to try another Reversi or maybe chess? What do you want to play?
Um, well, it's whatever. If I don't know, we could probably play a chess match, but it will take a lot longer.
Uh, would like a 10-minute game be good for you?
Okay,
Actually, yeah. So 10 minute doesn't have the increment. So we'll just play we'll play a casual game.
okay,
Um,
yeah. I'll
so
make quick. I'll make quick moves.
okay, that sounds good. So I'm gonna create a chess game, and you can be white. All
Okay.
right. Yeah. So this is the new chess art. What do you think? Is it like too bright or what? Because I changed a few things. It's kind of subtle, but definitely a lot of things changed.
I see you changed the color of the board, right?
Uh huh.
It changes like the site too, or it matches the site. It matches the header.
Yeah, I did change that. So the pieces are different as well. And what I
Okay.
did too is I actually made the pieces a little bit bigger. So before the pieces seemed kind of small on this board. Now they're, I think, more of like a similar size than that you would see on other pages. So chess is a game that I'm much more comfortable talking about strategy with. So maybe I can um, kind of annotate our game as we're playing. So seems like a pretty reasonable opening. Nobody's pushing uh, pushing any pieces up too far. So whenever you reach past the fourth rank, um, that's a big commitment. You better be ready to do something good. Um, Developing the queen that early is not always good, but I don't see a way to punish you for that right now. So I guess I'll just develop another piece. Do you watch chess streams or other people play chess or tournaments?
Um, I don't watch as much as I play, and I should probably study more. That's the thing. My friend that kind of I play with more often. He's a lot better than me, and I've never beat him.
Oh,
But kind of it kind of makes me want to beat him.
yeah, yeah. Is he teaching or is he like kind of giving you strategy as you play, or is he just are you guys just
um,
kind of playing your game and not really chatting too much?
he has a lot of strategy. He knows names of openings and gambits and all that kind of stuff. And
Oh,
he's
nice.
read books. He's read books on the subject. So I have not read books on it. I kind of just learn from playing.
All right. Yeah, he's probably definitely better than me. I only know one opening, uh, which is the Larson's opening.
Okay.
Okay. So
Let's see.
all right. So there's not any reason why I can't just kick your knight right back.
Yeah.
Generally, you don't want your knight on the files on like the A or H files. The saying is a knight on the rim is grim. So that's one way to remember that. And if you go back to C3, I can just push my pawn up, and then I fork your knight and bishop. So that was a questionable move. And your queen is hanging now.
Oh no.
Your opening was really good. I like that. Let's see how accurately I can play. Oh, and by the way, when I was playing one of those virtual reality chess games,
Mm-hmm.
I decided to try it on max difficulty, but the AI was so bad that we had a reasonable position and the king was castled. But what it did was, I think he castled kingside and pushed the pawn, like this pawn, like all the way down here for no reason. Um, so it just like weakened his position. So basically, the engine was probably only looking 2 or 3, maybe 4 moves in advance with no strategy. So it wasn't really that hard to beat. Alright, remember your knight's still being attacked. So that's the best move there. Activate my queen.
Not putting as much thought. I'm trying to make it a quick game, and
Oh,
I'm not putting as much thought in my moves.
I see. It's really hard to play fast because the time controls that I always play are Blitz. So that's like the version of Blitz that I play is like a 3 minute, um, 3 minute with 2 second increment. So ooh, almost hung my rook. Don't want to do that.
Hmm.
So I'm used to playing fast. I probably play too fast because I'll be playing and someone will you can. Oh, actually, yeah, your queen was trapped. So that was no bueno. So when you play other people on here, would you? So if say there were a lot more users on here, like how would you want to play? Would you want to always play with people around your rank, or
Yeah, I usually play people around my rank.
okay, would you ever want to play people that are like lower or higher as well sometimes, or just pretty much always the same rank?
Um. Uh. Well, I sometimes play a little bit above my rank, but most of the time it's either right at or a little bit lower.
I see. Okay. So we can play another game if you want. It's up to you. Um,
Um, it's all right. I feel we talked about a lot of stuff that you wanted to talk about, and I felt I wanted to bring up at the same time too.
cool, cool. Yeah, if anyone else has any questions, wants to give some feedback on the site, make some suggestions, please do so. You can reach out to me at boredom.io/play/Matt. And then we've been playing with Chrono Rub today. Uh,
I'll definitely probably re-challenge you to a match sometime on this. I wanna take my time sometime.
yeah, happy to play correspondence.
Yeah, yeah,
And we won't have the pressure of talking and playing at the same time,
yeah,
which
yeah.
which makes it so much harder. Um, all right, cool. So I guess in the next week, lots of things are gonna be worked on. I'll let you guys know what changes happen. I think I'll have a I'll put release notes on Discord, and if anyone wants to, if there's any interest around like a subreddit, I know that was something that you mentioned, Ruben, which I think is a good idea. Another way for other people to kind of chat about the site. So like Discord, I guess, but a little less real time. Um, just another way to chat. All right, so that is that. We got our casual game going on here. Thanks for your time today. I guess we'll end it here.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for playing. Peace.
No problem. Peace.
Where's that? Okay.